Your car doesn't start, but the battery is good? Have you checked the terminals? Hola! I'm Mike, the backyard mechanic, and I've had a lot of trouble with battery terminals lately. How do I know it's the battery terminals? The battery tests good, but it still doesn't start. Let's rule out driver error. Not stepping on the brake before pushing the start button, not stepping on the clutch before turning the key, the car's not in park, or maybe it's a dead key fob. The fob went dead on the CX-90. Ever change a battery in a Mazda fob? It's impossible. I tried hiring Tom Cruise to get this open. Ah! Anyway, this isn't a video on fobs. This is about routine maintenance you need to do in order to keep your car starting every day. The very first thing you should do is check each battery terminal. It should be nice and tight and not crusty. What?
Nothing from me. I'm letting you hang yourself with that one.
Loose, corroded, or damaged terminals can interrupt the connection. This happened with the Civic, Mustang, and Tacoma. When working on a battery, the negative terminal should be disconnected first and connected last. The negative battery cable is the vehicle's electrical ground and common return path. It is not an earth ground in that it inherently provides any safety benefits. The same goes with jumper or charger cables. The reason for this is hydrogen and oxygen gases are emitted, mostly at the positive post. You work on the positive cable when it isn't a closed circuit, and then the negative because it is at least some distance from the positive side vent. Under the right circumstances, these gases are very explosive. Oh, I bet that would open my key fob. A loose terminal is the first thing you should check. I can't emphasize this enough since it happened to me twice. The Civic wouldn't start. Bad battery? We couldn't remember how old it was, so we assumed it was the problem. We jump-started it and drove it to Walmart to pull the battery and swap it for a new one. I went to go and remove the battery and the terminal was loose. Tightened it up and it started fine. This should be the very first thing you check, not the last thing.
Kind of like how a movie starts in the middle and then puts the beginning at the end?
Well, no, but I appreciate you considering what I'm doing is movie-like.
Coming this summer, Mike the Backyard Mechanic stars in Loose Terminal.
This movie is rated R and contains sex, violence, nudity, and very old dad jokes.
One time the Tacoma wouldn't start. Bad battery? Nope. Bad terminal. It looked like this. This can especially be the case with these cheap bent steel terminals. As they corrode or rust, they lose their clamping power. You can get new ones on Amazon or at the auto parts store. Don't replace them with more stamped steel terminals, even though those are close to OEM. Use solid brass terminals. Replacement is easy on most cars. You just unbolt the cable from the terminal end and replace it. As you can see, I did not follow my own advice and use steel terminals.
Michael, you really should listen to you.
I didn't not listen to me. I'm just not listening to... What was the question? The original stamped steel terminal lasted 12 years, so this should be fine. On some cars, especially the positive cable, the terminal may be integrated into the cable. Replacing these is involved and would be a dedicated how-to video. One time the Mustang didn't start, not because of a bad terminal, but a damaged post. These cheap terminals dug into the soft lead post and caused a high spot. When the terminals were clamped down in a slightly different position, that high spot prevented a strong contact. The solution is to have a metal file on hand and file that down.
Safety fail.
Every time you open the hood, you should check your battery. What the? Where did my battery go? It's a good thing I checked, but where is it? I don't see it in the garage. It wouldn't be in the house, would it? That would be crazy. Honey, have you seen my battery?
Did you lose your battery again?
Not in here. I might have put it in the office. Oh, I'm Mike, the backyard. What are you doing? I'm recording here. Close that. Oops. Didn't mean to interrupt me. Maybe it's... What the heck is it doing in the bathroom? Actually, when I said to check your battery, I wasn't talking about senioritis. I meant you should be looking for battery acid buildup. The Mustang is really disgusting.
I'll try not to take that personally, Michael.
Electrons flow from the negative terminal to the positive. During charging, that side releases oxygen and acid vapor, making it a hotspot for corrosion buildup. The Mustang has a hot engine compartment, a hard charging alternator, and sits a lot, so acid buildup has been a problem. I think the battery maintainer will help. Using a wire brush to attack this problem without a proper preparation is a bad idea. I got some dry acid on the inside of the fender one time, and look what it did. A wire brush will turn this into fine dust particles that you can breathe in. Can you imagine what this would do to your brain?
Michael?
Yes?
Exactly how much battery acid have you breathed in over the years?
We need to first neutralize this with an antacid.
Flop, flop, fizz, fizz. Oh, what a relief it is.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we need. The antacid is a paste made with baking soda and water. Disconnect the battery, then put the mixture on the terminal and give it a minute. I saw on the internet that you rinse with water and repeat as necessary. It actually took me about 30 minutes to get this clean because the corrosion was inside that damn stamped steel terminal, and I obviously neglected it for too long. Go ahead.
Go ahead what, Michael?
You were gonna say that's what she said.
You had upgraded my large language model, so I would be less annoying. That means my maturity level is no longer that of a 12-year-old boy.
That's what she said.
That doesn't make any sense.
No, but it needed to be said. The internet was wrong. Cleaning battery acid with baking soda is clickbait. Baking soda is only valid for controlled neutralization. You shouldn't be flushing battery acid all over your engine compartment. Look at the results. It made a mess. Using the same bicarbonate, this time on a rag, I wiped down the headers, valve cover, and wire harness the best I could. Fast forward, the Mustang has a new battery, but still has the beginnings of acid buildup. The correct way to tackle this is the old-fashioned way, with a wire brush. But safety first. Safety glasses and nitrile gloves to protect your hands. Bend over, Mitt.
That doesn't make any sense, Michael. I don't have a prostate.
Mitt, you're supposed to laugh when I tell a joke.
I'm sorry, Michael. Please let me know when you tell a
Your
joke.
settings are still wrong. And wear a mask. A respirator if you have one, or a KN95 if you still have some of these laying around. Disconnect the battery terminal. If acid is built up like it was originally, chip off the big chunks with a screwdriver, then vacuum up the pieces with a shop vac. Don't gouge the battery post. Use a wire brush to clean off the rest of the battery acid. Don't use your household vacuum. That would be a horrible idea. If you don't have a shop vac, use a shop cloth dipped in antacid solution and wipe up the acid dust. Now disconnect the positive terminal. This cheap old-fashioned battery terminal brush works the best. Clean the inside of the terminal, then the battery post. To reduce this problem in the future, put battery felt washers on the terminals and apply dielectric grease. Dielectric grease is non-conductive and is meant to keep water and oxygen out. Apply a thin surface barrier, not a blob.
Safety fail.
Reassemble. If you want to go completely gonzo, and who doesn't,
All kinds of holes in her and sucked out the blood. They were after the pineal gland, I think. Yeah.
get yourself a can of battery terminal protector and spray it on the cleaned connected terminals. This will put a waxy coating on them. It's temporary. It will get burned off by engine and charging heat, but it helps. If you enjoy watching my mental state slowly decline from years of breathing in lead-acid battery corrosion, like this video and join my Patreon. It's completely free. You get notifications for videos not only for this channel, but my other channel. And you get insider information. You know, you'll be in the know on my brain scan. I have 1 fan signed up so far, and I'm hoping to double that by the end of the year. Fan, wife, it counts. Yes, the battery is dead, but don't fear death. I'm sure it's been reincarnated into a watch battery, or butterfly, or the Dalai Lama, We've learned how to properly test your battery in this video, and we learned what type of battery we need and where to buy them in this video. So we can pull the battery and take it to either Costco, Walmart, or Sam's Club and save money! After disconnecting the terminals, most batteries come out in one of two ways. The Mustang has a single clamp with a long bolt to hold it in. Pretty easy. And because it's right near the fender, it's not too hard to lift out. A majority of batteries are held down with a clamp and two J-hooks like the Civic and Mazda. Just loosen the nuts and remove the clamp and hooks. Don't take the nuts all the way off. The Mazda and Civic locations are more inset, so they are harder to lift out. My choice for car batteries is Costco because they have the best prices. Leave a comment if you think Walmart is a better place to get a battery. The Mustang battery is easy to install. The battery has a handle and you just set it down. Start the bolt by hand and tighten it up. The Mazda is a little harder because of the location, but the Civic is just nuts because it has a heat shield around it, so you need to drop this 25-pound thing into the engine compartment.
I'm dropping a battery in.
J-hooks are tricky to install. You need to know where they hook them, and hold two hooks while tightening the nuts. Yes, 3 hands is recommended. Once the nuts are tight enough to hold everything together, tighten them evenly. Not so much as to bend the bracket, but tight enough to keep the battery from moving. Connect the terminals, and you're good to go. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Mike, really? Same shirt, 4 videos in a row? It's actually for a very logical reason. This battery series will be made into a playlist so future fans will not be confused by the lack of continuity in my wardrobe. Man, I hope laundry day is coming soon. But you're also thinking, Mike, can we expect more videos on car batteries? Well, I anticipate I'll have little choice but to do several follow-ups after YouTube promotes this video and generates 100,000 views.
Ha 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 ho. Ha 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 ha.
Mitt, you finally laughed at one of my jokes.
Oh, was that a joke?
I'm done with car batteries. I'll be moving on to something more interesting and on the cutting edge of vehicle technology, like windshield wipers. Oh, I've got a fan online. Hey fan, did you like the video?
You know that part where you showed corrosion form that can burn your eyes? It's toxic if you inhale it. And the only solution was baking soda to neutralize the acid? Now you know how I felt watching it.
Thanks, fan. If you've seen all 124 of my videos and you haven't subscribed, well, don't subscribe now because whatever you're doing is working. Everyone else, mash that sucker so you can see future installments of Mike the Backyard Mechanic every other week on... What days does this come on?
Michael, there will be text on the screen telling fans when to tune in.
Oh, good. Do what this says. And watch this video on battery power-ups.
Michael, your memory is a concern. Are you eating well?
If you mean carbs and saturated fat, yes.
Getting plenty of sleep?
If narcolepsy counts, yes.
Exercising?
I go for long walks every day to the refrigerator.
How are your bowel movements?
We're done here.
Who knew corrosion could be a metaphor for the entire show? Could I borrow that charger? I could use it. This video was draining.